There's a definite link between the food people are eating and the kind of diseases that they are getting afflicted with. I am Gaurav. I am from India, and I ventured into my startup world straight after my MBA. I completed my MBA in the year 2008, and then after that I did my first startup, which was into healthcare domain. After 9 years, we got a successful exit. India's largest home healthcare company acquired us. That is when I started thinking what to do next. And we saw that there's a definite link between the food people are eating and the kind of diseases that they are getting afflicted with. When I started doing my market research, ground research, that was an eye-opener. I realized it's very difficult to find good food. The real problem is there is not enough production of good food. Then I started looking for options, how to find the technologies or ways to create good food. And that was the very first time I heard about controlled environment agriculture, things like aeroponics, hydroponics, vertical indoor farming. So the whole idea was, or the whole inspiration was, can you use technology to grow food which is healthy, fresh and nutritious? And that was the whole problem we wanted to solve. Right now, our mission is to become the world leader in providing technology which can help everyone grow food. If I talk about our vision, it's a one-line statement. We create technologies using which anyone can grow food anywhere. So irrespective of which part of world you are in, irrespective of what geography you are in, irrespective of whether you know farming or not, whether you know A of agriculture or not, if you use the technology, you will be able to grow food. That's what we are trying to achieve. You don't really need to know the domain to start something. If you are passionate about something, if you have found the mission of your life, if you know the problem you want to solve, and you are willing to learn, and you are willing to do everything that it takes to learn, you will succeed in that. What really made it work out was I was not shy of asking for help. So since I did not know anything, I went to anyone and everyone. I said, hey, I don't know anything. I want to do this thing. Can you help me? I went to many government institutes, many colleges, many bodies, many consultants, and believe me, 90 to 95% of them helped me without any cost. And today, if I have been able to achieve some success, a lot of the contribution is from those guys who believed in my cause and who helped me. But all of that happened because I kept my shyness aside. I kept my history aside. I was able to go to them and say, hey, I need help. Will you help me? And this is one of the most courageous things to do, to ask for help and admit that you need help. When I decided to move from India to Sharjah, I reached out to Sheraa. I did my research. I realized Sheraa is a body which is authorized by the government, and they are the one who can help you to move to Sharjah, the UAE. And they were very helpful. I talked to them. I realized there is a program with them, which is an accelerator program. I applied to them, had a couple of rounds of discussion. And now I'm a part of the SEF Fest. I got a booth through them, and we are going on this week to multiple different bodies. We are going to talk to the government. We are going to talk to different universities, and we are going to understand this particular ecosystem, this particular geography, and all of that is being done because there is someone who knows this system. I would talk about two challenges which I faced. The first one was getting acceptance because I'm not from agriculture background, right? So most of the time when I would go and ask for support, I would get a lot of advice. But when I would go and pitch in competitions and I would go and ask for grants, most of the time it will be turned down saying, hey, you don't know agriculture, so we don't want to waste public money, right? If we give it to you and the grant goes waste, it's a waste of public money. That was a very big challenge. But again, the thing is, I have a scientific bent of mind. We kept studying about things. We kept doing more and more research and developing good solutions. So it took us around, I think, 4 to 5 years to get our first grant. But in last 3 years, 4 different governments of Ministry of India has given us grant. We have got more than $1 lakh in the grants. Second challenge I would say was access to finance. So we realized this from day one, and we realized that we have to keep our costs minimum, and we also need to make sure that there is a way that the engine keeps running. To the youth, my only advice would be, think of the worst case scenario and accept it. Worst case scenario is you will fail. But even if you take 1 or 2 years to fail, the amount of learning that you will gain in that 1 or 2 years, it will be more than that something that you will learn. You will take more than 10-15 years to learn that in a corporate job. If you look at my scenario itself in this particular startup, I did not know anything about agriculture. I decided I will do it. I decided I will give it 2 years. Worst case, I will shut it down. I will start something new. The worst case did not happen. Even if it would have happened, the learning that I gained in the first 2 years of building a business, talking to people, moving away, keeping my ego aside and going and asking for help for everyone, that learning is something that has stayed with me, and even today I can go with folded hands and ask for help where I need.